What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy, having a great day so far, and of course, testing negative for all those viruses. It is time now for the Friday edition of the Virus Update for Friday, October 10th, 2025. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is where I do the daily virus update on all those viruses that can make us sick. Let's face it, there's a lot of different viruses out there, and you need to be informed of what's going on with these viruses. You know, the levels, what's your risk? Hey, are you at risk of catching COVID, flu, RSV, or one of these other viruses? I let you know that here each and every day with anything I can find. Want to stay informed? Just subscribe to my channel down below. If you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up down below by hitting that like button. Of course, share this video with anyone you know, and leave your comments down below. Already, we do have several news stories to take a look at today. We do also have some new data in from a portion of Pennsylvania. We'll see if New York State is in yet. As of 1:10 p.m., I checked just before this video started. I did not see anything for New York State just yet. We also do not have anything from the CDC. We can check that again at the end. I'm not expecting anything other than a little snippet that you're going to see in just a bit from a post here on X, and maybe we'll take a look at some wastewater sites. If not wastewater, we will get to that over the weekend. Already, starting off with Western Australia. Weekly COVID update for the week ending October 5th, 2025. I thought we would get the international stuff out of the way first. A COVID positivity rate. 1.8% there. Hey, some good news. That's down by just a small 0.1%. Your positivity rate is not terribly concerning to begin with. PCR COVID cases, 89. Hey, that's down by 32%. That's a good thing. Hospitalizations decreased to an average of 34 per day, down by 10.5%. ICU 7-day average decreased to 0. Hey, that is some good news. Moving on now to this. The South Australia Weekly Respiratory Update up to October 4th to October 10th, 2025. Reported COVID cases, 124. That is down by 23.9%. Flu, 723, down by 24.6%. RSV, 271. Hey, that's down by 27.1%. Pertussis cases, 73, down by 17.9%. Reported deaths in 2025. COVID, 64. Flu, 26. That did go up by 1. RSV 5 and pertussis is at 0 at this time. Now moving over to residential aged care facilities in Australia up until October 9th. Remember, this is the end of winter there. They're in spring now, but things are not as good as we just saw when it comes to, on the widespread overview with a couple regions. When it comes to the aged care facilities, a little bit of a mixed picture here. Active cases, 225. Hey, that is down by 16.9%. But active outbreaks, that is up by 2.1%. And resident cases, 181, down by 16.2%. Staff cases, 44, down by 20%. And there was another death reported. So plus 1, that does take it up to 391. So again, still an increase in the number of outbreaks. But the good news is the cases are at least coming down there. When we break it down to years, I like to go through this when we look at this report. There have been 7,595 aged care COVID deaths since the beginning of the pandemic. 391 of those are this year. But take a look once again. 2022, when you were told by many countries, oh, COVID's ending now. It's fine to do everything normal. We don't need precautions anymore. Yada, 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 yada. 3,855 reported deaths. That's more than what was reported in 2020 there, 686. That's way more than the 226 that was reported in 2021. And they still remained above 1,000 in 2023 and 2024. This year is a significant decrease from last year's 1,078. And there's still a few more months to go in the year, but it's looking very clear that they're not going to see as many deaths as last year. So while that's some good news, hey, one death of COVID is too many deaths. All right, moving over to this from Corona Heads Up. Yeah, we haven't showed this account from X in a while, but in this case we will. Austria, overwhelmed by a new wave of coronavirus. The virus will certainly be with us for the next 6 weeks, they are saying. The extent of this will become clear during this period. I mainly just want to show you this chart here. Now it is in a different language, but I just want to show you the bars on this chart. You can clearly see here Austria is having an increase for COVID cases at this time. So they are definitely dealing with a wave right now of their own. All right, here's that little bit of CDC data for you today. I didn't know that they were going to update anything today. New, this is from Sci-Fi. The CDC reports an increase of total positive COVID tests in New England, and the West Coast has the highest rates, 7.8% to 8.4%. I've been warning about New England when it comes to COVID, and I think we're going to see a combination of viruses pick up the pace there in New England because there's a storm that's coming to the East Coast, and if you've been around with the channel for a long time, you know my hobby prior to COVID, and it continues now, prior to, I wouldn't say this is a hobby, this is me doing a service, keeping you people informed, but my hobby was always tracking the weather, and there is a storm that is coming to the East Coast this weekend. It's called a nor'easter, and it is going to be impacting portions of New England. The exact track, the models have been flipping around, but the point is, it's going to be chilly, it's going to be cold, windy, rainy. It's Columbus Day weekend, usually the biggest weekend of the year for leaf peeping. So I think people are going to be more so sticking to indoor activities, meaning that with that, I think we're going to see all the viruses start to increase in portions of New England. General colds will be bad, and for those who have immune system damage from COVID, well, you know the deal. A cold is going to hit you pretty hard nowadays. All right, moving on. U.S. COVID-19 positivity drops to 5.1%, or between 3.4% and 8.8% around the regions of the United States. A record seasonal low, with 3 regions also at 40-week lows. How about that? We were talking about record highs not too long ago because a lot of people don't get tested anymore, and now it's just quickly dropped. And I gotta be honest with you, I think the drop that we're seeing with this wave right now is a bit faster than we saw while the wave was going up. So that is some good news. But like I said, other respiratory viruses are going to be starting to enter the picture. General colds, they're starting to increase around the United States. I'm starting to see some more news stories pop up for that. So it's definitely something we're going to have to continue to keep an eye on. The U.S. West Coast has the highest positivity rate in the U.S., like I said, and that is in the Pacific Northwest. Though the COVID levels in the Pacific Northwest, even there, are now starting to drop. I wish we had wastewater. I wish we had all the other things we can get from the CDC. We just don't. For those who don't know, maybe you're watching from somewhere else in the world, the United States government is currently shut down. It's not opening anytime soon. There's a potential the United States government shutdown could be the longest ever. And while I'm not happy that these people who work for the United States are not getting paid, one of the reasons why it is continued to be shut down is because we want something to happen with healthcare. They want to make something happen with healthcare. Some are saying, no way, we don't want to fund healthcare. Others are saying, hey, we need to do something with healthcare. There was already another bill that was passed that's devastating to healthcare. The healthcare system in the United States is on the verge of collapse for financial reasons. I don't know what's going to happen this year when all the viruses go up, because there's already announcements of hospitals closing here in the United States, which is not good. And when we get to that time of the year where we have all the viruses going at once, yeah, this is going to be an utter disaster. All right, moving on. That was my spiel for today. West Michigan sees a rise in fall respiratory illnesses. Holland physician urges vigilance. And no, we're not talking about the country of Holland or anything like that. It's just it happens to be the name of a healthcare hospital in Hudsonville, and they are definitely starting to see a surge in common cold illnesses, flu, COVID, and RSV. Now, COVID's probably dropping in Michigan as well, but some of the other viruses, no, they're starting to enter the picture now. This is becoming more of a problem. You may see some of that data in wastewater this weekend, and with that, we're still seeing increased levels of this. Concerts. Maybe we're going to see country icon Chris Stapleton at some point. Yeah, it's not going to happen for the rest of this year. Country icon Chris Stapleton forced to postpone upcoming concerts while battling illness. The 8-time CMA Vocalist of the Year has been put on vocal rest. We're seeing a lot of that where their vocal cords are getting damaged. And you could make the case, say, well, you know, they're getting up there in age. Okay, I don't recall seeing all these reports prior to the COVID era. I really don't. I mean, some of them were getting up there in age then. Willie Nelson's one of them. He was getting up there in age then, and he's had a few problems of his own. I did recently see an interview. I don't know when the interview was from. He looks pretty good there. But Chris Stapleton, yes, he is postponing his upcoming weekend run of the shows as part of his 2025 All-American Roadshow Tour. The vocal country powerhouse took to Instagram on Thursday, October 9th, sharing the unfortunate news with followers and fans. I don't know if there's going to be any more shows this year, but as of right now, the current ones will be rescheduled to January 10th and 11th of that's obviously 2026, and it looks like he was supposed to be in Hollywood, Florida. So Chris Stapleton is rescheduling shows. All right, look at this. More pasta has been recalled by Nate's Fine Foods, linked to listeria illnesses and death. That's not a good thing. I will make a short post on my site this evening, including this right here. It'll be maybe a post with some notes of today's virus update. It's going to be way later this evening because I'm going out to work this afternoon. All right, let's take a look at a few other things. The measles page from the CDC update, I haven't even checked that. It does say October 7th. How about that? We at least got a measles update. There you go. Some surprise data from the CDC. As of October 7th, 2025, a total of 1,563 confirmed measles cases were reported, and in 42 jurisdictions. So, we're still getting closer to 50 states. I don't know if it's going to be all 50 states, but it is getting up there. Alrighty, let's take a look at air qualities. While we wait for this to refresh, let's pause and take a hydration break, shall we? Alrighty, doesn't that feel much better? And I'm happy to report much of the east is in the green. There's a few bad spots here. That can be anything. It could be a fire. Could be anything. But the west coast, the wildfires. Still causing a little bit of problems in the Pacific Northwest and in California as well. All right, moving on to Pinellas County, Florida. Seeing what's going on there with the EMS calls. We see 1, 2, 3, at least 4, no, 5 sick person calls there. That's never a good thing. We're also seeing elapsed time in hospitals being relatively increased. Taking a look at Philadelphia, where there are 745 EMS incidents reported on Thursday. And sticking with Philadelphia for a minute, because we have an update now. Yes, well, we had an update. What happened to it? Here it is. We have the wastewater update for Philadelphia's COVID cases, and we can see the northeast section of the city. Hey, that's my part of the city. It's dropping at this time. Southeast is dropping, as is the southwest. But if you take a look here, it would appear to me that the southwest was the highest level during the summer surge in Philadelphia. Taking a look at what's going on with Montgomery County, and I'm noting all these traffic incidents. Yikes, a lot of vehicle accidents. That's not good. Not very many ambulance calls. Of course, there could be more soon with all these accidents. So that's a good thing. Chester County has been very busy today, or was very busy. It looks better now. I'm seeing just 2 respiratory calls and 1 sick person call at this time. Let's take a look at the hospital situation today in Pennsylvania. We did not do that yesterday. We need to refresh this to see if it comes up. And we are seeing a few hospitals. Here's one I'm not used to seeing. Don't tell me this is Geisinger. No, this is Wellspan Evangelical Community Hospital. Looks like they have some issues going on there. That is up there just southeast of Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Not used to seeing that hospital listed. That's very odd. Taking a look at Bethlehem, does have emergency overcrowding at St. Luke's Hospital in Bethlehem. Look at that. The rest of the hospitals there are doing fine. One up in Lehighton. St. Luke's Carbon is having emergency department issues. Also one up in just north of Scranton, a stroke diversion. Looks like their CAT scanner is down. And just 2 hospitals in southeast PA dealing with a problem. Taking a look at what is going on in New Jersey today with the hospitals. And we do see Centra State Medical Center, critical care issue. Any other issues? That is the only issue in New Jersey today. It looks like they have no beds at that Centra State Medical Center at this time. All right, taking a look at what's going on for New York State today, if we can. Hey, it did update. They probably want to get out early. It's a holiday weekend. 544 people tested positive. And when we take a look at what is going on with hospitalizations, we see that did not update yet. So I can't report you anything about that. Let's see if any of this other CDC data updated. Let's see here. No, this is still week ending back on September 27th. let's go over. I have this shifted really far to the right. Let's take a look at the other pages from the CDC. Did we get anything from wastewater? No, we did not. Did we get an update on epidemic status? No, we did not. And did we get an update when it comes to influenza surveillance report? We did not get that either. Unfortunately, we did not get much of anything from the CDC this week. We can take a look. Let's just refresh the wastewater page from Wastewater Scan. We'll go nationwide. We'll just do one or two random wastewater sites. We're going to do a lot more sites, of course, over the weekend. And take a look here. Look at this. This is new today. This is some very good news. COVID levels, and this is set up for COVID, right? Yeah, that's COVID. Low in the southeast, medium in the west, medium in the Midwest, still high in the northeast. What is going on with the northeast? Why is it not dropping? Well, it is dropping, but it just hasn't dropped that much. RSV is listed very low in the northeast, but take a look there. You notice it may be starting to go up just a little bit. Same with influenza A, so we will have to keep our eyes on that. Let's see if there are any concerning sites in the United States. Let's click on influenza A. Yeah, still the same few that we have been watching. How about RSV? Yes, down, look at in Miami here. Just the southern wastewater site there. We do see there is an RSV problem starting to show up there. RSV is listed at high at this time. And I want to take a look at the national norovirus level, because that is now listed at medium. The south is medium, the west is medium, northeast and the Midwest are still low at this time. Alrighty, folks, we'll take a look at some more wastewater sites over the weekend. We will have an update tomorrow. We will have an update on Sunday. Sunday may be a little bit different this week. I did accept to do a little work on Sunday. I don't know if I'm actually going to go through with that and do it. If I don't, we'll have our normal wastewater Sunday. It'll be out at its normal noon time. Tomorrow's video will be out sometime in the afternoon. So we'll just see how the weekend goes. But there will be updates all weekend. I'm sure news is going to pop up. It's only in the 1 o'clock hour on Friday, so you know it. More news will pop up. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. Leave your comments down below. Ways to support the channel, such as becoming a member of Patreon, and anything else is listed down below. I promise I'm going to start making a few posts once again on Patreon. I may even do one this weekend. Alrighty, folks, I will see you all again next time. Till I see you again next time, stay safe, everyone. Have a fantastic Friday afternoon. Thanks for watching.